Assalamu alaikum and a very good evening to everybody, those who are joining us on Zoom and on Facebook Live. I'm Nazish Farouk Mir and I have done my master's in animal science and I'm a prospective PhD student. So today I shall be hosting the fourth episode of Women Empowerment series, Inspiring Women by JK Scientist. Some people may have been with us since the beginning of the series, while some may have joined us today for the very first time. So, let me briefly elucidate about the series that's inspiring women. This series is basically intended to inspire, to encourage, and to motivate every budding individual by listening to the uplifting stories, insightful journeys, and struggles of our very own inspiring women belonging to Valley. As we are all aware of the conditions around and women being the worst hit and ill protected section of the society, still some motivated and enthusiastic women have managed to find their way and carve their own path of success. And I just want people to know that women have the ability to be both warriors as well as healers. And it will take exactly that to save us from the crisis that we are facing nowadays. In this series, all the stories and interviews that we conduct, they intend to guide us to just one common thing, and that is if you really believe in something and that something is going to benefit the society and the earth in totality, then just go for it. Even if you're being told that it's impossible to do, there is no scope and stuff like that, but still go for it. Just work hard with full determination and hope. Follow your passion. So, that being said, today's inspiring speaker is Sana Bande Siddiqui. She is the co founder of Kashmir Animal Welfare Foundation, the only registered non profit organization in the Valley that's working towards the aim of animal welfare. So the inspirational story of Sana, how she transitioned from her previously being an international flight attendant to now being a qualified feline behaviorist is so worth honoring and encouraging to all. Though previously too, well, when she was a flight attendant, she worked with various animal rescue organizations that were involved in rehab, foster, and behavioral issue correction of feline rescues. So from this, we can infer that even if she was doing a job that had nothing to do with animal welfare, she still was working towards her passion. And that passion led her, along with her friends Nighat Lone and Asma Noor Sheikh, to set up the NGO Kashmir Animal Welfare Foundation in 2018. And she also acquired a training from National Institute of Animal Welfare. The main aim of this NGO being in feeding, rescuing, and treating the injured or weak animals that include cats, dogs, birds, and means many other species. Their rescue center is present in Tankpura, Srinagar, where they shelter and treat the injured animals. And this rescue center has been provided to them by the Srinagar Municipal Corporation temporarily. They have also got many animals adopted internationally in India and also in Kashmir. And till date, Sana, along with her team, have rescued and even brought back to life countless number of animals and bird species. It just shows us that how passion overrides every other thing in life. Myself being an animal science student, I exactly know how important every life form on earth is, how intricately Allah has designed every creature. But what surprises me most is how majority of the people believe that humans being ashraful makhlukat means we are superior to creatures in a way that we can use them at our disposal. No, that's not what it means. It just means that we have been gifted with qualities that other creatures are blessed with. And we all must have heard the line, with great power comes great responsibility. It's actually from Spider-Man movie. But it's so applicable here. If humans are gifted more, we are responsible of taking care of other species that have been gifted less. It's our responsibility. We have to make sure that they aren't starving when we are just busy filling our bellies. We have to make sure that if they need any sort of help and we are able to provide that, we ought to do that. Humans have the responsibility, yet there are few people that realize this responsibility, and Sana Bande is one of those precious people. She, along with her team, high-handedly give their brimming efforts helping the animals on daily basis. And fortunately, more and more people are joining them as volunteers, and they are giving their time, their efforts to everything. And we will see a glimpse of that later in the video. So for now, I'll hand over the interview part of the session to my co-host, Ayman Kamri. She is doing her bachelor's in veterinary science and animal husbandry. So over to you, Ayman.
Thank you, Nazish, for the introduction. Quoting Immanuel Kant, he who is cruel to animals becomes hard also in his dealings with men. We can judge the heart of a man by his treatment towards animals. Assalamu alaikum and a very good evening to everyone. I'm Ayman Kamri, presently a veterinary student at SCOS Kashmir, and I'm honored to be a host for today's session. Today, we have with us someone who has been serving and helping the homeless, abandoned, sick, and injured beings, the voiceless, who only understand the language of kindness and love. Miss Sana Bande is one of those very few people who is not just involved with the rescue of the stray and abandoned beasts, but has taken a pledge to provide rehabilitation and shelter to these stray and abandoned ones, be it rescuing the animals of any kind, whether an abandoned horse or an orphaned cat, or the active food drive that they took part in the COVID-19 lockdown. Kashmir Animal Welfare left no stone unturned to help them. Miss Sana's dedication, courage, confidence, and kind heartedness are evident proof that when a person has to do something, profession and job are never the limitation. Kashmir Animal Welfare is doing a lot for these animals. So before moving to the question answer session, we present a short video summing up a bit about the work Kashmir Animal Welfare has been doing for long. I would request Khalid sir to please play the video.
Look at this. This is amputated baby. He has only 3 legs. It's an accident हुआ था and उसका amputation हुआ है. And he is so yeah, he's okay. He's full of life. He plays. He is so adorable. Oh, Srinagar Municipal Corporation just horses, and now Kashmir Animal Welfare Foundation is looking after them. You can see.
Hope that you all like the video. And with this, we move to the first question. Ma'am, please tell us something about yourself and what inspired you to take this initiative.
Hi, Ayman, and hi, everyone. Assalamu alaikum. I am Sana, who is founder of a Kashmir Animal Welfare. What inspired me is humanity. I mean, I have been, I was born in Kashmir. I have done my schooling. Then I studied in Bangalore, got through international airlines, and I have been working for almost 13 years with international airlines as well in a management. So I have always been, my family was like that. We used my, in Kashmir, we have this habit, whenever there's a leftover food, they will put it outside to feed stray dogs or animals. So this has always inspired me. I used to always ask my mother, my dad, why do we put food outside? He's always say, they are like hungry, they need to eat as well. And after that, when I went out, I have been very close to animals, and I felt that, you know there's a myth about animals, like, oh, they are very dangerous, but they actually smell you, they actually feel you, and they can feel the kindness, they can feel the danger. So that is something which inspired me to do more for them. I have been associated with a lot of animal rescue centers abroad. I have been learning a lot about the animal behavior, how they used to work for the strays. And I have been in Saudi Arabia too. I was a crew with Saudi Arabian Airlines. I was there. So I have seen how kind people were. And, there's a wrong saying that, in Saudi, dogs are not. I have worked with the centers, those who have been, headed by, all royal families. They used to have this particular dog centers. I used to go whenever I had an off. People used to go party, go meet friends, but I always wanted to go and spend my time in shelters.
That's
I
amazing.
have been rescuing, or whenever I see any animal, I used to rescue them, and I loved it, and I felt, they actually are thankful to you. So which actually was very inspiring for me. After that, I moved to another place. I just switched my airline to Dubai, and I have been associated with it. When I used to come to Kashmir and seeing the condition of animals, it used to be heartbreaking. Uh, I said, no, I have to do something for it. I have to do something about our own place. We cannot be working everywhere else and ignoring our own, suffering of animals. So it is like, when you look at Kashmir, it is always, people think it's like a old tradition. We don't touch dogs. We don't feed animals, and we look at them as a very, not even alive, we look at them as a filth, but that thing has to change, that needs to change. So somebody has to start it. So it was me who actually initiated. But with the time, I realized there are more people in Kashmir, those who have been doing it, but they don't know how to carry forward it. They don't know how to actually work on it. Since I had experience, I said, no, we need to work on it. Let's do something for our own place. We have been working everywhere. Like Asma has been working in Delhi. She has been voluntarily working in Delhi. Then Nighat we saw once, she was feeding stray dogs, and I was very inspired. I was like, this little girl, and she's a very young girl, like she is what's your name, like then we got introduced to her, and then this is how we formed a group. Then we started with WhatsApp. It's been more than eight years that we have been actually working for animals in Kashmir, but we got registered. It's been 3 years now. Reason being registration, we never thought of getting registered, but we felt a lot of hindrance. Whenever we used to call authorities with any injured large animals or to help us with the rescue, there was always a things that, who are you? And when we actually demand for something, they will be like, you're not registered, don't ask us. Who are you? Aap NGO to ho nahi, why are you asking us? So this had to stop. So that is when we actually got registered and we formed a group. We are now around 9,900 people, those all over Kashmir, and they are willingly doing. Nobody's getting paid for it.
That's amazing. So, how much
Yeah,
exactly took you to fully establish Kashmir animal welfare?
almost 9 years, 8 to 9 years. Yes,
As
8 to, yeah,
you were just only three, like three girls. So, have you felt
3
at
girls.
some time there was a need of any male in your aim?
We never felt so. We never felt so because we were enough. I mean, I never bothered on in that matter. Nighat never bothered if anybody's laughing at us. We are running behind the horse. I mean, I remember myself running with the whole rope there was an injured horse and running behind him, and the whole public was making fun of me. I was back from Saudi then. So I never bothered. We never felt okay. I said, like, it's okay. They don't know what am I doing. When they will see it, they will learn it. So this is how we never felt there was a need of any men in, our rescue organization. However, people have come forward, and there are a lot more guys right now, very young people, those who are coming forward and actually doing it on their own. During the you just played a video, during the food drive. Definitely we supported with the food. We tried to fundraise and everything, because we are not funded from anywhere. No, we don't get funds. So we try to raise from organizations like Pedigree. Like, we have a lot more organizations all over, those who helped us, those who are they are dealing with stray animals. They send us food, and then we got from FIAPO help. We got from different organizations. So we started with the food drive, and these guys voluntarily were doing it. Then that is when we connected with them, and we said, okay, we cannot reach everywhere. There's a guy called Wasim and all, and the team. We said, we cannot reach everywhere. Can you please help us to feed, during the, curfew 370. In fact, this 370, curfew. It was so hard, and dogs were starving. We were getting calls all over. So these guys actually took scooties and were going all through and just feeding the stray dogs and cats. So that was something which actually was very touching, that it is not only us, it is the whole generation who is actually changing.
Yeah. So as you mentioned about the August 5 lockdown, so there was no communication, no network. So how did you all guys connect, and how did you manage the rescues?
You wouldn't believe, we used to have the Wi-Fi system. After some time, the Wi-Fi system used to be on, right? So what we used to do is, like, go to the Wi-Fi areas. We would go to the DC office and connect with the thing, and try to call up people all over India or abroad. Please help us out with the food. So then we will have a meeting. We will have, we will go to their place. Please come this particular time. Let's meet here, and we will distribute the food. And they used to have their own packets. After that, they used to proceed with the feeding. This is how we connected that point of time. Although I was very less in, I was there, but I was not very involved into the feeding drive because I was stuck. But rest of the guys have been really doing well. And during that time, we connected with, as you said, I just want to clear one more thing, that as you said, we are the only registered organization. Yes, we are the first one to take initiative. I'm very proudly saying that. But there is another organization called ARC, it's Animal Rescue Kashmir. So they are doing pretty good job. And we are actually, we were collaborating together. That's how we work together. And this Dawood is there. They are doing pretty good job. And we are super proud of them too, because we want more people to come forward and work towards the welfare of animals and be the animal advocate.
Yeah, that's amazing. So how the COVID lockdown affected your rescues? Like, people didn't go out, and there was a fear. There was a fear, like, maybe we'll get transmitted the disease and all. So how did you manage the rescue at that time?
It was very hard. In fact, what happened was, people have spread it that, COVID is because of animals, right? And it was so hard for us to convince people that it has nothing to do with animals. Please feed. And those who used to actually put food outside, they also stopped. They also stopped saying that, oh, no, we will get infected. And we have been continuously putting in newspapers, and in fact, animal husbandry people helped us. SMC helped us to, put across the word that it has nothing to do with animals. Kindly feed all the animals. Those, if you see any animal hungry, please feed them. However, it did not affect us much, because we have already gone through 370, curfews, and that was harder. So definitely we got threatened and in between, saying that, the cops were very strict during this COVID thing, but it did not stop. Not much of issues we had. It was smooth. Yes.
So you're not from the vet background, like, you are an animal lover, but not, you cannot treat them animals, right? So how do you treat
Mm-hmm.
animals that you rescue, and where do you keep them after the treatment?
Okay. For now, we were given the sorry, we were given the shelter in Tankpura by SMC Dr. Javed. It's a temporary one, and then in Suhama we have a rehabilitation center. So treatment, as per the treatment is concerned, we have very kind vets, those who have actually been an animal lover, like Dr. Mudassir is there, Dr. Khurshid is there. There are much more. Dr. Shahid from Sukas. So they have been very helpful. In fact, the students from the students, those who are going through their training and interns, they come and help us. So if we actually never had an issue. We go to the government doctors, as well as when required we get the operation done through the private vets too. So we have been having a good support from the government doctors. Yes.
That's amazing. So as you said, your family was quite loving towards the animals, but was there any sort of hindrance when you said to them, like, you want to establish an NGO or something like that?
Okay, yes, yes, yes. It's not everybody, being a girl, it's not easy. People think, oh, how will you get married? You are always behind the dogs and cats, and this is not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be a girl, and you're not supposed to be doing running on the road with the dog and everything. But then I made them understand. I said, this is what I love. This is what I feel I should do, and if not me, then who else will do it? So they gradually understood. My mother, she gave up. She said, I cannot change her, because she has seen, whenever she used to come out of India also to meet me, she has seen me with the, picking up the cats and dog, mostly the kittens and everything. I used to get them from shelter, and my mother, I used to go on a flight, my mother used to feed them with the bottles. So she used to always get like, like, you got me here for this babysitting types. So they have been very supportive. And after marriage, yes, when I got married, married in Lucknow. So my husband was into aviation too, as a pilot professionally, and right now he's also in Lucknow. So I had a bit of issues keeping, having the rescue, work and all. But then I had to make them understand, this is what, if you are stopping me from this, then you're gonna actually kill me. You're gonna breathe, gonna choke me, because I wouldn't like you doing that. So they understood, they're fine with it. So they have also accepted. So it is how you convince your family, and they have to know how serious you are about it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So as
Otherwise, yeah. Sorry.
you said, you're the first, in fact, you're the first female and the first one, in fact, to set up an animal NGO. So how does that feel? More like a responsibility?
It feels amazing. I feel coming generation will definitely remember us.
Yeah, they will.
We are setting something which has never happened in Kashmir. We are doing something which they will be proud of. They will carry forward this, and I feel good about it. Yes, I definitely feel good that we are changing Kashmir. It is not about doing something, because this is our right to have animal shelters. SPCA said everything in Kashmir. Why not? If every state has it, why can't we have it? The sterilization drive has to be taken care by government, like any other state. We definitely deserve it. Our animal in Kashmir deserve it. And we have faced, I didn't want to bring it between, but we faced a lot of issues while we do the fundraising. We people don't really give us any. Most of the people, they just deny, or they send us messages, why should we give it to you, Kashmir? You know how the myth is that we are very rude people and all, which is not true. But yes, we whenever we have fundraising issue, we definitely have all these comments coming through us, and which is very upsetting, because it is, whatever politically is happening in Kashmir, it is not mistake of any animal. They don't know about anything. They don't know about politics.
Yeah. They understand only the language of love.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Well, who funds the organization right now? Like, you have rescues, treatment, transportation, and like the rehabilitation, the food. Who funds it right now?
Right now it's like a group members. We only chip in most of the time, and we have certain our own members, those who are globally staying, they do monthly donation. donate us a little bit of money. Or there are organizations like Pedigree and all that. They keep sending the food now, every now and then. And certain organization, at times we don't get funds, otherwise we are really struggling. That is the reason we have actually put a halt on our rescues right now. We have actually announced that we will not be doing any rescues because we have so many horses, we have so many dogs with us, we have paralyzed dogs with us. We need to find some solution for them. Like, we have a place, but we don't have funds to send them to Delhi or other places. Otherwise, there are organizations in Delhi. There's a Kavadi ma'am. She's ready to take in our paralyzed dogs. They have a beautiful shelter for paralyzed dogs. She said, send it to them. But we don't have money. We don't have right now any amount that we will have to send, because we just cleared, like, the bill goes piling up, and we keep sending every month. We keep chipping in. I have started working just to support my own cause. After my flying, I said my savings are over now. I have started working, and my other colleagues have also. They also, those who are founders, they also chip in. So we try and do as much as possible. But apart from that, yeah, funds we don't get from any particular organization. Definitely not from government at all.
So, do you think people in Kashmir are serious about animal health as they are about human health?
Well, it's a very tricky question, but I would like to answer. Uh, it's there's, I'm sorry, I don't know the share. There's a share बोलते हैं ना, वो हम चले थे अकेले ही कारवां, मगर लोग मिलते गए हो कारवां बनता गया. It is the same thing, because initially nobody knew कि यहाँ पे कोई organization, there's any organization we can call if we see an injured animal. We are happy, at least now they pick up the call and they inform us. So getting my point, there is nothing that they are serious about, but the awareness is there now. There are a lot more people, those keep messaging us that we want to work voluntarily with you, and they inform us about the injured animals, about the cruelty cases which are happening. We just recently got one more information which is very sad. I don't want to share it online, but it's a cruelty case also. So we keep getting people, and awareness, definitely, yes, there are more people. We had a recently one cruelty case which we filed, and the guy was jailed. There is definitely a law against the cruelty, and people are getting aware about it. Yes.
About animals. Right. So, how do people react to animal rescues now? Like, have you ever had a call that needed urgent attention, kind of that?
Every time. Most of the accident cases are urgent, and we do get a call. I'm sorry, we do get a call most of the times, those who are very urgent. And apart from that, we try and do spot treatments right now. As I said, that right now we are not taking in any cases. However, there's an animal rescue Kashmir, Dawood. He is taking in the cases, and he's looking after all the animals right now. So we mostly, what we do is we go and do the spot treatments until we rehabilitate the existing animals, those who are with us.
So, as a female, what were the main hurdles? Like, what are the main hurdles that you faced during an animal rescue?
Eve teasing a lot. Eve teasing, yes. I mean, we do sometimes there are odd hours we have to go, and we have felt a lot of time there were comments made which were very not very acceptable and not very welcoming at all. So yes, we have faced a lot of times, but then again, we have a law, and we give them that peace of mind. Yeah, we are not weak. We will not leave because they are there to bother us. We have to stand and fight it.
Yeah. So, coming to a good topic, any incident that you want to share with us that is closest to your heart, and that was the moment you realized that really kindness knows no boundaries, and you're proud of whatever you are doing. Like, anything you want to share?
There are a lot of them. Trust me, a lot of them. I would like to. It will be on and on, but yes. Um, I had rescued two kittens when I was flying. Okay, this is not in Kashmir, but it's outside. Yeah, I was flying, and I came at morning 4 o'clock. It was raining, and I saw two kittens. I tried to find the mother. I could not, so I had no other option. I picked them up. I took them to my accommodation where we live, the crew, accommodation. Um, After that, my mother was there, and she started bottle feeding them. And it so went that, one of them, after a month or so, got sick. I was on a flight. I came back. He was already been, admitted in a hospital. Um, when I went to see him, he actually, all the way, he started screaming. He came running when the doctor let him out of cage. He came running and climbed and sat here, and he died.
Oh,
It was terrible. And I just realized that, they do feel it. They know who we are. They cannot speak. That's it. And there have been many incidents in Kashmir too, like a horse we rescued. With there have been ample of, I honestly don't want to say one because there's so many of them. And there was one called, we named him Snow. His neck was slit, completely. He was a small pup. That case was very close to our heart because the way he looked at us, the way he thanked us while he was fine, it just touched our heart. And many more cases we have paralyzed. They're coming. They don't aggressive they are initially, but when they realize that you're there to help them, they definitely come and you acknowledge it, and they tell you thank you. And you need to know how to understand them, in fact, what they are speaking. Otherwise, animals do speak.
so
Their
moving to the
eyes
next,
saw it all. Hmm.
they just need a family, and then they
Absolutely.
become part
Absolutely.
of our.
Absolutely.
So moving to the next question, do you organize any programs or offer any volunteer opportunities right now?
We do. We definitely do. Organize programs as such. Are waiting for this COVID thing restrictions to be over, and we will be organizing some seminars in colleges and schools, which is very, very important. Until we don't educate people, things will not be fine. We need to educate kids because we mostly see kids throwing stones on these animals and throwing stones on dogs, and this leads to our dog bites because when you are cruel to them, they intend to get more aggressive. So they have to understand this. I have seen so many parents, they what they do is take this and throw it on dog. What are you teaching your kids? What are you teaching your kids? Like, are you serious? I mean, it is something which is very upsetting. We need to teach our kids to be humble. We need to teach our kids to be more human. And we cannot teach such a small kid, because how you mold them, this is how they're going to become. So
Definitely,
this needs to change. This definitely need to, we really need to organize some seminars for this. We are planning to. Yes.
absolutely amazing. So moving to the next question, there is a trend of preferring special breeds like Persian cats, German shepherds, we have huskies, and we don't adopt the rescued ones. Do you think having a specific breed makes any difference?
Not at all. They are same. Trust me, because we have now in Kashmir also people started adopting from
Adopt.
us. They have, yes, they have adopted a lot of stray dogs, pups, stray cats, those who were stray, and then we rescued them and we had to rehome them. A lot of them are coming forward and adopting them. They have become amazing dog guards. uh, uh, they have become amazing pets. They have become amazing, passionate towards the human. I mean, I don't know why this myth is there in Kashmir that Persian hair, so I have to show it. I really don't believe in it. I myself have an Indian. I have rescued many Persian though, but I have opted to have a local stray cat. And many of us, in fact, many of us, most of the volunteers will not have a breed dogs and breed cats. We have most of the stray who we have adopted, and they're amazing, and we love them. They are amazing. So I think people should really come forward and give home to needy ones, rather than having encouraging the breeders to do more breeding and minting money out of it. It is very upsetting. We get a lot of complaints about breeders and those who are Persian cats. They have been sold and they die within no time because of overbreeding. It is so wrong. It is us who has to stop it. we need to educate, we have to educate our kids, we have to educate our people that this is something which we say in Islam also, it's a haram to trade for the animals, right? So they need to understand why are we Kashmiri so hypocrite in that case when we talk about haram, 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 and why are we doing something which is not even accepted in Islam? It is said, it's clearly said that hitting animal, any animal in that matter, or trading for animals is not allowed in Islam. In fact, feeding animal and being kind to animal is something which our Islam teaches.
Indeed.
So yeah, I request people to please come forward and adopt our own stray dogs and stray cats, and they are equally amazing.
Yes, indeed. So, do you collaborate with any other local or national organization?
Yes, we do. We do. Local organization will be again ARC. We are we've collaborated with them, and we are, as of now, they are taking care of our rescue cases. But apart from that, yes, we are, we have a tie-up with a lot of international organization, those who actually help us to get our dogs adopted or cats adopted overseas.
That's amazing. So, what are your future goals?
We want, right now, our main aim is to set up a SPCA, to request government to set up a SPCA, as we have told that we have been putting application back to back, to authorities, and for the sterilization too. They have been promising from past 2 years and a half, or maybe 3 years, but finally they have approved it last year that every district will be having SPCA. So we're hoping for it now. So hope they hurry up with the whole process, and we see the change in animal welfare in Kashmir.
Inshallah, very soon.
Inshallah, inshallah.
How can JK Scientist platform be helpful in this noble cause? Any suggestion you want to give to us?
We would like to reach more people. We want Valley, our own Kashmir, to have the same, platform for the animal welfare like any other state, any other country. What we are facing right now is definitely we're out of funds. Nobody helps us, and we are doing on our own. We want people to come forward, try and help us with whatever they can, to reach each and every Kashmiri, mostly, and to mostly our main concern is to for the awareness. We want to educate people for the animal right and animal welfare in Kashmir. We would like people to come forward and help the animal welfare exist, help both organizations there, us and ARC, CAF and ARC. We two are working really hard for the Kashmir, animals. So we would like people to come forward and help us. And through your platform, definitely we expect more people to come and volunteer with us and help us to set, to make this dream come true.
Inshallah, JK Scientists will surely help in this.
Thank you so much.
The last question, I will request now.
Sure.
If you have any question from the Facebook Live?
Yes, I've got a question from Nadia Altaf. She wants to ask that what are your views on dog terror attacks? What can we do for it, and what should government be doing about it?
What do we mean dog terror attacks? Like you mean say dog bites?
Yeah.
I didn't understand. There is no terror as such. Please do not confuse it with any other political thing. It is dog bites. Yes, Nadia. Nadia, I'm sorry, right?
Nadia.
The question was asked by Nadia Altaf.
Perfect. Yes, Nadia, I'm answering to Nadia. There is a dog bite due to aggression, due to hunger. Like as I already mentioned, that when kids start throwing stones and people start hitting the dogs, they become more defensive with everything. When they are hungry, they become more aggressive. So I would definitely request, any locals to please feed dogs when they are full with stomach. They would not have this aggression on them, and do not hit them, so they will not get defensive to have to bite anybody. Most of the cases you will see dog bites is only because of aggression, or somebody has been throwing the stones and they retaliate. So this is the best way to control the dog bites. And for the dog population, definitely SMC and the organization have to do the sterilization, which is supposed to be done. And each and every, how you monitor it? Okay, I would like to educate people about the sterilization ABC, which is operating, picking up the animals, dogs from one location, operating them and putting them in same location. That is how it's going to help.
Yes.
Otherwise, picking up, people call up SMC कि आप आइए, you pick up the animals and throw them in other state. That doesn't help. That is the reason, main reason for the aggression and dog bites. So best way to deal with is call up SMC, tell them, please up, you sterilize our area dogs. If suppose it's 10 dogs, make sure as a local, as a responsible citizen, that proper 10 dogs come back to your location and the same dogs are there after the sterilization, right? So your dog population will stay as it is, like 10 dogs for years altogether. There will be no overpopulation, there'll be no dog bites, there'll be no aggression. And please feed your strays. That is another reason for to reduce the aggression of the dogs.
Okay, we have another question from Saima Beg. Do people come forward to adopt them? I think you just answered it before, but
Yes, Saima. Yes, they do. They do definitely come forward to adopt. We have a lot of dogs and cats who have been adopted within Kashmir. A lot of Kashmiris are getting aware about it, and a lot of youngsters, in fact, have adopted. And people are using them as a guard dogs too. So, which is very good, because we have a most of a culture about the sheep, farmings and all that. So people do adopt for that as well. And nationally, all over India, people have come forward to adopt our rescue dogs, and internationally too. Yes, we have a dogs, those are in US, in Canada. Yeah, people do come forward. Yes.
okay, thank you so much. So we just had these two questions by viewers. And with this, I just want to thank you, Sana, on behalf of JK Scientists for taking your time out and doing a commendable job. Hats off to you. And to all the viewers, also thank you for coming forward and listening to us. And I just want every person to remember we need to be kind to every kind on earth. Thank you, everyone. Allah Hafiz.
Thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you so much. Bless you.